Hey guys, Jana. I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to pop on here for a minute and I wanted to talk real estate. Yes, here we go again. So, something has popped up in the last day or so that kind of made me jog my memory and do a little bit of research on stuff. And I've got my notes here. Trespassing. Let me ask a question. How many people feel that it is okay to purchase property, put up no trespassing signs, and tell people basically to stay off? This is my hand raise. Another question. How many people feel that it is, that God gave us all this land and I should be able to walk where I want to walk as long as I'm not causing any trouble? I've heard both. So here's the deal. If there are no trespassing signs, or in Alabama, purple paint. That's another one. If purple paint on the trees, purple paint on the fences, and or no trespassing signs, private property signs. That is your clue to stay off. The property owner don't want you on there. Unless you have permission, it's best not to do it. So the purple paint law was actually, my glasses on, purple paint law was passed in, not that I can see, 2016. It's actually called the purple paint law. There's a few other states that already had this in practice, and so Alabama followed suit. I love it because for those of you that have large tracts of land or large pasture land, it may be hard to post those no trespassing signs periodically. I mean, there's a chance of missing something. So the purple paint stripes are actually a little easier for landowners, but it's a vertical stripe. It goes up and down. It has to be at least 8 inches in tall and 1 inch wide. The bottom of the stripe must be at least 3 to 5 feet off the ground. At least 3, no higher than 5. So within visual chest height, say head height for people. The marks must be 100 feet or less apart on forest land. That's your trees. Less than 1,000 feet on not forest land. That would be your fence post and your fencing. And so that was I knew about that law, but I hadn't really looked into it a lot. I actually thought that was pretty neat. So here's the deal. It actually is not allowed to trespass. So here's something where I see it a lot more in teenagers. This is where parents needs to be teaching your children, if the property doesn't belong to us and you don't have permission, you should probably stay off. But it is criminal trespass in Alabama is when you knowingly enter the premises of another. That you knowing. In other words, knowing would be when you see that no trespassing or that private property sign and you enter anyways. You knowingly did it. Well, that's criminal trespassing. And it's actually first, second, or third degree. You could actually have jail time for crossing someone else's property. And I kind of posted this because I can't tell you how many people that I know that talk about they have pasture and they have horses. People will actually come into their pasture and pet their horses. They'll come into their pasture. That means they've come through a gate and there's no trespassing signs on those gates, and they'll pet their goats, or they try to pet their cows or their donkeys. By the way, good luck on the donkey. And it amazes me that people do that. And so I thought maybe they just don't know. Maybe it's something else. I'm going to claim they don't know. But, I mean, let's see, the first degree is usually punishable by fine and a jail sentence up to 1 year. Second degree, first degree is Class A. Second degree is a Class C misdemeanor, plus you'll fine and jail not to exceed 90 days. Criminal trespass, third degree is a fine and up to 30 days in jail. So there you go. There's your little info, tidbits, slide of a rant. If it's not your property, stay off of it. At this point, whether there's a trespassing sign or not, best bet is probably just to stay off of it. If there's a no trespassing sign, you'll tell better stay off of it. Don't go into people's fences and their gates and pet their horses or their donkeys. The donkey's gonna get you. Or their goats. I've heard them try to pet chickens. I don't get it. Unless you're paying for the stuff or paying taxes on them and that's your animals, you should probably stay out of there. So there you have it. I'm done. I'm going to get off here. I just thought it was funny that people still think it's okay. And here's the reason why I actually, about 10 months ago, I think it was back last spring, had a lady in an open house that I was doing ask me about a particular stretch of land on XYZ Road. There's a lot of open property, a lot of fields, a lot of farmlands in that particular area on that road. And she asked me why the landowner hasn't already developed it. We're in a housing shortage. Why isn't that land being developed? She's sitting there going to waste. That was her words. And she's asking me because of what I do for a living. And I honestly told her I really didn't know. I mean, I said my words were, the landowner, he bought the property or he's making payments on it. He has the mortgage. He pays the taxes. He can kind of do what he wants on it. Maybe he just doesn't want it. Maybe he just doesn't want it developed. Maybe he wants it to stay farmland. And she didn't like my answer, so she kind of left. But I've had all kinds of people make similar comments, and especially the going into the gates and petting animals that don't belong to you. Y'all, please stop that. Anyways, and if you have teenagers or kids, raise them up to where a lot of this is adults doing it, so y'all should really know better. But sometimes it is kids, since they just don't know. So parents, teach your kids, if it ain't yours, don't touch it. If it ain't yours or your mama's or you have permission, don't step on it, especially if it has purple paint, the purple paint law. Look it up. It's kind of cool. I knew it was there, but hadn't researched it. Or if there are no trespassing signs, you probably should just stay off. So there you go. You guys have a great day. If you have any real estate needs, you know who to call right here. Licensed in Alabama and Tennessee, 256-653-7533. I'm out of here. I got stuff to do. Chat later.